we'll draw the picture. I'll redraw the picture, right? So it's much like before, right? I have my like house or whatever, my barn, and then on it, I've got these like pens, right? It looks like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pens, right? 2, 3, 4. Right. So I've got pen 1, pen 2, pen 3, pen 4. Now, let's start. I'll start with the perimeter because I'm still figuring out in my head how to do the area piece. But this is like we want to we want to maximize area, right? It's very very similar to my like dogs running around in my backyard, right? With my house being one of the sidelines, right? So we'll look at the perimeter, right? Perimeter is typically equal to length times width, or length 2L plus 2W, right, for a four-sided shape. But here's what we got going on here. How many? Let's just draw on top of here. I've got 1 length, 2 length, 3 lengths, 4 lengths, 5 lengths. And then I would say, okay, I've got 5 lengths, but I would say that I'm only going to have 1 width because I'm going to run like just 1 piece of chain link across the front, right?
I didn't know whether it's going to be like 2 or 1 lengths, like if it doesn't describe the question.
Like, you mean where I drew the width or the length?
Because you know how it's on like across like a house.
Yeah, okay, so I didn't actually read the question, but I'm looking here. Like I'm looking at the fact that I think they've used the picture, right? Like they're just, I don't think they're not gonna put chain link across there, right? The dogs have to get in and out. So I just looked at the picture, I guess. Because did you read the question? It didn't say anything. Runs attached. So it says the runs will be attached to a wall, shown in the diagram. So then I don't need it, right? It's nice. So you're getting more out of less material, right? Which sounds like optimization, right? Like that's what these questions are about, right? So then that means, okay, well, then I can write a statement to represent how am I consuming that 30 meters of chain link fence, right? Well, I'm going to use, there's lengths and widths, but I'm going to have 5 lengths and I'm going to have 1 width, right? That's how I'm going to consume that 30 meters. So I'm going to say, okay, 5L plus a width, right? And that should equal 30 should equal 5L plus W, right? And then I might say, okay, 30 minus 5L is equal to W, right? That's what I'm going to use. Now, here's what I'm rattling in my head, and I'm going to write it down, and we'll pick one. I don't know which one to use yet. I'm going to say, okay, well, if I just found the area of this, which is probably true, it might not change, equals length times width. I don't think it's going to change. Because really, how much area is the chain link occupying? Nothing, right? So you could basically find the area of this big shape, I think. The other idea that's rattling in my head, and I don't think is right now that I've thought about it out loud, would be maybe, okay, I have 4 pens, so what if I did 4 multiplied by length times width? Which might be the case. Might be the case if you decided to have a width here, a width there, a width there, and a width there. But I don't think you need, like either way would work, I think. But based on the way that I've set this up now with 1 width and 5 lengths, I think you just find the area of the big pen, right? Right? Is everybody okay? So then I can set this up. I might not solve this one. I want to get you guys to do the quiz, but I'll set it up for you so that you can try it. So I'm going to say, okay, A is equal to length, and then I just said we found what the width was, so let's plug it in times 30 minus 5L, right? That came from here. Where the width just got substituted in for the width, right? Then I do the math on it. Okay. Then we could find the z value. Z is equal to -6 divided by 2. I'll do it because I think it's going to be quick. -3 squared, which is 9. So then I'm going to go, okay, let's do the math here. Area is equal to -5. Open a square bracket. It's going to be L squared minus 6L plus 9 minus 9, right? Right, so the maximum area of that whole shape, right? I'm going to write the vertex, right? There's going to be 3 and 45, right? So I know the maximum area. So this area here is going to be 45, right? So 45 for the big one, but how many of those pens do I have? 4 of them. So if I take that number, divide by 4, I should get the area of each pen. It should be 11 something, 11 point something, right? 11.25.
I did it right. I just placed the decimal point.
So you get 11.25 meters squared for each pen. That make sense? Right? I don't know if can you do that one with just
No.
intuition?
Well, I mean, I'd have to think about it a lot longer than the ones that are.
These are like I don't know. I don't
Back to this one.
it just makes 100% sense to me. Like, why would you do something like if you're not gonna like optimize it? Why are we doing it, right? So like, but that's just how my head's wired, right? So I care about the process. Like, I don't know. If I just did something, I'd always be in the back of my head, be like, okay, did I do that in the most like? Did I like if I was interested in doing this? I'd be like, did I actually like make the best use of all the materials that I bought? That would be in the back of my head. I don't know if that one's a little bit trickier to do, I think, with the table values.